terms of the protein, like you know, you said you cut back a little bit, but what about if like most of us here are still kind of growing? You know, it's like different. So would you say as much
same thing, you see, and you know how I stumble on it, believe it or not. You know, I'm not a genius or anything, but you know the way, you know, I came to think about it that way because, you know, as you all know, I got shot and I almost died. I was pronounced dead, the whole 9 yards, and I left with one kidney. And I was forced in the off season, you know, not to eat a lot of protein. It's not by choice, but I'm like, man, you know, my creatinine is 2.1. I want to hold it there, you know, because everybody told me, oh, you know, if you keep going, you know, by age 35, you're going to be on dialysis. I'm like, I'm not going to be on dialysis. I have kids, you know. I have 2 daughters. I'm going to live there. So make story short, for the past 12 years, I competed, and my creatinine is still 2.1, never changed. And the reason how I did it, I relied a lot more on carbohydrate in the off season, you know what I mean? And doing a little bit of cardio in the off season and eating clean, you know, instead of a lot of fat, stay away from the fat. That's why I said that will allow you to eat more carbs, you know what I mean? And then when the diet comes, you know, when it comes down to show time, I'll raise my protein a little bit, which is, you know, for that, you know, 8 weeks, whatever, it's not going to really hurt me majorly, you know what I mean, versus the whole year eating a lot of protein. Doesn't matter who you are. If you eat a lot of protein and you know, you rely on all the synthetic stuff you take, and along with it, it comes with the pain, and you're going to take, you know, the ibuprofen, the Advil, these are all, you know, kind of like you're taking a knife and digging it into your kidney. That's something you don't want to do. You see people take steroids and orals or whatever, and their liver get 3 times the amount. You know what? You stop steroid 6-7 months, your liver goes back to normal. It's resilient. It's perfect. Not your kidney, brother. You get injured your kidney once, you're fucked. Okay? It's never going back to normal. So that's why it's very, very important to bodybuilders not to rely on, you know, 300 and 400 grams of protein. I mean, we've seen many legends. I don't want to name their names, but they're still among us now, and they're all on dialysis or waiting for kidneys and stuff. And that's why I'm happy to be, you know, big part in bodybuilding, and Mr. Manion and everybody in the IFBB likes me because they know that I'm trying to preach the right thing, you know, to show people there is healthiest alternative instead of just killing yourself. Protein is just not the answer by itself, you know. I mean, I seen guys 180 pounds, you know, 70, 80 kilo taking 400 or 500 grams of protein. For what? What are you going to do with that? You know, it's not good. Pardon?
What's the upper range in terms of grams?
Honestly, I mean, even with Kai, we didn't do more than 2 grams a pound. You know what I'm saying? Anything more than that, you overkill. You overkill. And not to mention, you know, I mean, pardon?
Is that just from animal protein or is that supplemental?
That's everything. We're talking overall, you know, because I think we only use 1 shake, right, a day. I mean, you know, we don't really rely too much. I mean, I rather have solid food, especially when you're hungry and you're starving. You can't just take a drink and, you know, be satisfied. So I rely for a diet. I'm mostly, you know. Yeah, but don't overdo it on protein, you guys. I mean, of course, all the supplement company out there, they want you to buy their protein and they want, you know, but, you know, in reality, you got to be smart. Except, of course, if you can't make your meals, then that's fine to rely on protein. It's food. It's still same food. But just don't overdo it, you know. It's not good. It's not healthy, I promise you.
And natural versus enhanced, would you agree that natural will eat less protein, basically, as it will be able to process less protein?
You know, depends. Depends on the person. You know, it's just like we talk about carbohydrates. Some people can eat a lot of carbs and nothing happens. Some people can't even look at carbs and they gain weight. Same thing with protein. Some people tolerate it very well. Some people don't. But the main thing, if you're natural or not, get your blood work checked. It's very well worth it, at least once a year. I'm not asking you to go do it 2 or 3 times, but at least once a year, go get your panel done. You know, get your liver, your kidney, your thyroid checked. So because it's really bad. You know, I don't know. You guys, anybody know Marius Downey Marius? Marius came to me about 3 years ago, and he wants to work with me. I said, okay, great, Marius. I need blood work done. He said, well, I've been on for, I said, Marius, I need the blood work done. He said, I went to my doctor, tells me everything. I said, I don't care what your doctor tells me. I need to see it, you know. Make the story short, he sent me his blood work done. I said, Marius, your kidney are about to shut down. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, do you see what doctor tells you that your blood work is right? So anyway, when his doctor, you know, saw what I'm talking about, his doctor called me from South Africa. He said, George, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm like, what are you, freaking, you know? I mean, it's just like he's a butcher or something. He's not a doctor. I'm saying, I need to tell you, make the story short, Marius have very, very, very short time left from bodybuilding. I said, Marius, I'll promise you we'll bring you in the best shape of your life. Because he worked with a lot of, you know, gurus out there or whatever. Nobody asked him for blood work. So I made him win the Europa show, and he went to the Olympia. He was the most improved bodybuilder of the year. This year he wants to do the Europa. I told him, send me your blood work. He went and got his blood work. I said, Marius, you got to retire. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, Marius, you can't. You do one more show, you're going to be on dialysis for the rest of your life. You just had a baby, this and that. He went back to his doctor. His doctor called me. He said, thank you for telling him this, because this is what he did. And he retired. But he's 30 years old. And he could have been an amazing bodybuilder. He's amazing. But of course, he went with the wrong, you know, people. He worked with people on keto diet, and they have on 500-600 grams of protein, and they didn't recognize that he have kidney problem. He was born with it too. So you guys got to be careful, because it's really very silent. You might think you look phenomenal on the outside, but then when you go get it checked, you're like, wow, man, I got to be careful. That's why I said be careful with protein. It's not necessarily your best friend, especially if you have injured kidney. You're screwed. You can't bring it back. You follow me? The liver, everything else will be okay with, but not kidneys, man. When your kidney's gone, you're done.
Can I have a question for both of you about a lot of guys here probably after competition saying they're taking a break, you know, eating a lot of crap and not training, rest. What do you think about that? Because for me, it's the best time to train after competition. You're gonna respond better. So what do you think about taking a break after a long diet? And
Taking break from what?
from training.
From training, it's okay to take a break. You know, I mean, you know, of course, if you're getting ready for Mr. Olympia versus getting ready for your Mr. on your best beach or whatever, it's a different story. But if you had the Olympia like Kai and he put on 6 on 500, like he said, and I'm telling you, guys, I was telling Sean earlier, I said he have 400 pounds. He's doing it for 20, 25 reps. You know, it doesn't matter how unhuman you are. You need to take a rest. So that's why I always tell him, listen, don't worry about it. And Kai wants to go next day to the gym. I'm like, Kai, please, just take a break. Take a break. So yeah, a break is a must. But eating crap or whatever, that's the time when you're supposed to not eat crap. I mean, yeah, you're okay. You go enjoy your show. You're done with your show. Have some nice meal. Have a little dessert. But you shouldn't really blow up and stuff, because I've seen a lot of people, and we all did it. Don't get me wrong. We all made that mistake, you know. But it's not very healthy. I mean, if your ankle's swollen up, and, you know, imagine how your internal looks like. You know, you don't want to blow up after the show. So be careful. After the show, watch your water intake. Because a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to start drinking more, because the more you drink, you flush. Not necessary. Not after the show. Now after you dry yourself up, and some people take diuretic, whatever. Anything you drink, you're going to hold on to. And each gallon of water is 8 pounds. So be careful. Don't overdo it. Nice and easy. Slow down. Go back into it. You know, this is because it's the reason why I'm expressing it more and more, it's very dangerous. A lot of people end up in the hospital after a stupid local show for no reason. Yeah. Because, you know, I'm just going to go eat pasta and everything. Dude, you were just dieting for 16 weeks and now you just want to eat pizza and pasta every day? No. Have a little break, but then go back, eat some fruit, some salads. Because let's face it, after a show, no matter what do you eat, an hour later you're still hungry. So I'd rather eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of good stuff for you, because you're still going to be hungry. Okay?
I'm
want to ask you about Robert Petrovich. Since he started working with you, he's getting better and better. But do you think he will ever achieve the level presented by top 6 athletes in the Olympia?
You know, I mean, Robert, unfortunately, he have his physique working against him. I mean, I was looking at a picture actually from this morning. He was competing, you know, in Prague. I was floored. I said, man, I can't believe I was that good. Because the guy just shredded. I mean, he looked like saran wrap, ready to buck. But the problem, he just doesn't have that pretty physique. And I think he needs probably a year or so with me to keep on fixing. So far, we fixed his condition. We brought his stomach down. People liking the way he looks. But, you know, I'm not Jesus, bro. I can't change people's, like, you know. So, but, yeah, I think he's going to be good. But I don't know if it's top 6 at the Olympia yet. Because we got a lot of amazing athletes out there.
But you know the stomach he has, it's kind of like a genetic factor, like you said. Like he's there for years, and like I watched his career, and he's been a powerlifter before. And you think that's to do with the fact that he's just.
But you see how much his stomach now looks, how much better.
Still much better, but still, if you compare him to some.
Of course. Like I said, you can't. You know what he needs to do, Robert? I talked to him. He's just gonna bring his legs more, you know, and thicken them on the top, just so we can create the illusion that his stomach is gonna look. But I mean, you're not gonna be able to change bone structure and stuff. You know, it's almost impossible. You know.